Kanye tweets out his love for Trump and the left loses their collective shit. I'm Brian Michael and this is The Offensive. It's the first show. Okay. Kanye West is back in the news and dropping red pills like he's Morpheus. And those aren't Quaaludes, so it's okay to try one. The first drop was Candace Owens, who goes by Red Pill Black on YouTube.
I don't know why people like being oppressed. It's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. I love oppression. We're oppressed. 400 years of slavery, Jim Crow, which, by the way, none of you guys lived through.
I love it. A strong, articulate black woman who's trying to empower her community. The media is going to love her. Oh, she's a conservative? The media is going to hate her. And that hate erupted from sites like The Daily Beast, Twitter, and failing pile of garbage, BuzzFeed, who branded Candace as far right. Dun, dun, dun. And it didn't stop there. Russian conspiracy truther and pretend TV detective Tom Arnold called Candace an insane alt-right race pimp. Race pimp? I think Tom is getting her confused with Maxine Waters. Not all black people look alike, Tom, but sometimes their hair does. When Candace pointed out that her first criticism came from 3 white liberal men, Tom responded, "You can suck racist by trying to insult an actual hero, Shaun King." Tom's dirty little secret is that he's a lot closer to the alt-right than you'd think. In fact, he has a tattoo on his chest of the newest alt-right leader, Roseanne. Does that look like a sober decision to you guys? It's a great shirt, though. Folks, we're now at the point where Roseanne is actually being called alt and far right. I can still remember her 2012 presidential run.
We want marijuana legal!
Hold on. Can we roll that footage back? There. What is that inflatable astronaut doing? Oh, okay. It's just hailing a cab. So let's get this straight. Roseanne is far right. Candace Owens is far right. I guess we're all far right now. The media wouldn't exaggerate. Remember when they told us that we'd all die from pulling out of the climate deal? And then we'd die again from cutting taxes? And then die a third time for talking tough to North Korea?
This is Armageddon.
So much death. I don't know, guys. I've listened to Candace Owens, and her message is pretty clear. Victim culture is disempowering. Maybe as a strong black woman, she has a higher expectation for her community than her liberal counterparts. That's not far right, which explains why the CEO of Twitter, Jack Dorsey, issued Candace a personal apology. Well done. Jack gets it. Candace Owens isn't far right. She's a black conservative. You know, like Martin Luther King Jr., Clarence Thomas, and T'Challa. Oh yeah, he's pro-family, protects his borders, and puts Wakanda first. Wakanda was always great. As if the internet hadn't had enough, Kanye continued to upset the narrative by posting clips from Dilbert creator Scott Adams. And again, failing pile of garbage BuzzFeed attacked Scott as far right. Let's see how Scott measures up as far right. Scott believes that we shouldn't deport undocumented, law-abiding immigrants. He gave Trump an F in race relations, and Scott thought Obama did a great job, but didn't do enough to legalize weed or gay marriage. Far right? Scott Adams isn't even on the right. But since he's an influencer, the media can't have him endorsing Trump. That breaks their narrative. Am I right, Shania? In that very same article, BuzzFeed calls Mike Cernovich far right, Paul Joseph Watson far right, the Gab Twitter account far right, Lauren Southern far right, and Candace Owens far right. The left is so deranged, they killed off a cartoon frog, Pepe, that they thought was far right. Imagine my shock when 4chan resurrected Pepe, defying everything we had known about cartoon biology. It was amazing. Face it, folks, if you disagree with BuzzFeed, you're probably far right. I have a question. Do you ever see the media single out a public figure as far left? That's because most of the media is liberal and wants to make you believe that the right is becoming more extreme. But a 2017 Pew poll showed exactly the opposite. Republicans, on average, have become more moderate than they were 2 decades ago. On the other hand, Democrats have become less moderate and more radicalized. Even Hillary Clinton acknowledged this on her Excuses for Losing tour.
If you're in the Iowa caucuses and 41% of Democrats are socialists or self-described socialists, and I'm asked, are you a capitalist? And I say yes, but with appropriate regulation and appropriate accountability, that probably gets lost in the, oh my gosh, she's a capitalist.
Many in the media think they can hide the truth by rebranding conservatives as the extreme far right. Hormone therapy on a child that can cause irreversible damage? That's just the regular left now. Taking the boy out of Boy Scouts to prevent toxic masculinity? That's not extreme. But if you want to keep your own money and use charity to help people, you're going to get us all killed. Want to have a different opinion on Trump than the media? You're a far-right bigot. In the face of hysterical backlash, Kanye fired off. The thought suppressors want to suppress thought. No, not those thoughts. Those thoughts. Then he did the unspeakable. He tweeted out some love for Trump. My MAGA hat is signed. Fire emoji, 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 fire emoji. You get the point. So conspiracy theorists started wondering if Kanye had been brainwashed, was having a mental breakdown, or just butt dialed a lot of fire emojis. Kanye, don't you know you can't endorse conservatives and be black? How's CNN gonna call you racist? Activist Sean King was so triggered, he posted this photo up to millions of followers, claiming that the man in the middle was throwing out the white power sign. Oh, and they got LeBron too, and Obama, and Malik Obama. The best Obama. Oh wait, it turns out Sean just fell for a debunked 4chan troll. And the man Sean accused of signaling to white supremacists? That's Liar Cohen, a Jewish Israeli national who's married to a Chinese woman and has worked with artists like Jay-Z, The Fresh Prince, and DMX. After some criticism from his followers, Sean King deleted the white power claim from his Facebook post like it never happened. Just like he deleted the white dad out of his life like it never happened. So the left was throwing punches at Kanye, but nothing was landing. The conspiracy theorists looked stupid, and Kanye wasn't submitting to public shame, so of course, pundits started speculating about his mental health. Sure, Kanye said some crazy stuff in the past, and during this fiasco, he did release a song where the lyrics centered all around poop. And I quote, "Poopity scoop, scoop diddy whoop, whoop dee scoop dee poop." Bars. Or just a massive troll, which we all have seen can go unrecognized by the left for several months. Kim even came to her husband's defense, stating that mental health is no joke and the media needs to stop spinning that out so casually. And Kim knows about not spinning things out. She's right. If the media keeps throwing around labels at people they disagree with, those labels will lose their meaning. And that hurts people with real mental health issues, like Maxine Waters, a Democrat representing California. Maxine entered the fold by saying that sometimes Kanye West talks out of turn. Maxine could take Kanye on a tour of her state so he can see all the liberal benefits, like all-time highs in poverty, taxes, and shit in the streets. I'm not joking. The feces map in San Francisco is one giant turd. I hear that California may even revise their state slogan from Eureka to Eureka, I stepped in shit and caught hepatitis. Besides, Kanye doesn't need to go on tour. Number one, he doesn't want to get bum shit on his $500 pair of Yeezys.
I stepped on shit with my freaking Yeezys.
And number two, he already knows what liberal values look like. He grew up in Chicago. Maxine should focus on California's shithole status by picking up a shovel and scoopity poop. Bars. The takeaway here is that the media will do everything in their power to control influencers. They've already chosen their side, and if they can't back down Kanye, then what other influencers might come out for Trump? I constantly hear pundits use hyperbolic terms like the far right, alt-right, and crazy to rebrand their opponents as extremists. I've heard those terms so much that they're starting to lose their power. Maybe they already have. A new Reuters poll shows that black males have doubled their support for President Trump after Kanye's Twitter storm. And we see that the media's power lies in public shaming and ridicule. We saw it slip a little bit in 2016. Kanye standing up for his beliefs puts that power at risk. And if the media doesn't have the power to bully, then they might have to stop propagandizing us and start actually doing what they're supposed to. Deliver the news. Don't do that while I'm reading, okay? Yeah, oh yeah, I know. No, I'm not reading. It's all memorized. The whole thing. It's completely memorized. The whole thing. I don't know how Ben Shapiro can do that. I don't know how he does it. No. I don't know how he can go on so pretentious for over 45 minutes every single day. And he's doing it on Sundays. Sundays too? Just when I thought he couldn't get more unlikable, he's gonna work 6 days a week. You can find me on Facebook and YouTube at The Offensive Show, and my personal account on Twitter, Brian Michael T.O. We'll see you next week.